If you can't win, don't lose. We should be more thankful we got a point. Chelsea, in my opinion, should be quite vexed that they never got all three. Both teams have had some half chances which they didn't convert. We didn't create nowhere near enough, do enough that we needed to do. Marino obviously scored, but he had a tame effort. Saka shooting boots were not there today. He had one. Martinelli had one. Obviously, the little Timber Yokeres one at the end, but yeah, we looked to pace off it. We took a while to settle, overly a while. The only time we played it, for me, for a large period of that first half, I was thanking your lucky stars that it wasn't worse. If I'm honest with you, the 10 going down to 10 men, obviously you're a bit more bullish. Credit to Chelsea. As I said, I think there was too many gaps. Whatever they were doing tactically, they were drawing us out. There was a lot of gaps. They looked threatening on the counter. Obviously, they scored from a set piece. How they used Reece James, Gusto, and Fofana in possession was quite good. You know, they went down to 10 men and they didn't pussy away from it. For us, probably isolated to 90 minutes, our worst performance this season so far. It's another year where I think it's feeling a bit familiar where we've played at Stamford Bridge, because in terms, it's no two seasons are the same. But in terms of this feeling, how I feel now, all things considered, I felt that way last season, and I felt that way the season before. I've been saying to you, I wanted a performance at Stamford Bridge. It went down to 10 men and they didn't look out of place at all. I think Arteta could have made subs earlier. I think he needed to change the midfield a bit earlier. I think we should be quite fortunate they had a man in Caicedo sent off, because it was going to look like a bit of a different kind of game. Arteta, fair enough. When you did make 1-2 changes, good. I think Timber was good today. I think Rice did his thing. I think it was. I think Odegaard had an encouraging, I wouldn't say cameo, but there's that. Yeah, man. Like, did I mention Timber? Hincapié and Mascara, you leave the game with, a bit of credit, bit of a soft free kick from Hincapié to give away, whether it is or not. Whole team collectively, including the goalie from that set piece, horrible. Sometimes you get what you deserve in football, man. And I think we deserved the point against Sunderland. On one hand, I think we're fortunate that we didn't lose today. And I also think we have to thank our lucky stars we got a point. If you can't win, don't lose. We all know it would have been nice to make even more ground. I'm sure Chelsea, based on the 90 minutes and how they performed and the ethos and that, be happy they never got 3 points. And also, no one connected to Chelsea will say it, but they are in the title race, and this was obviously a big thing. I think there was a lot of sloppy balls in the first half as well, if I'm brutally honest with you. A lot of unnecessary ones. Like, even if I get my notepads out, people. Even if I get my notepads out. What have I said here? Gaps in midfield. They're drawing out a compact side. Whatever Chelsea are doing, they're drawing us out. Yeah, man, I was filled with more praise for Chelsea than actually my club. They were setting good traps. They were pressing well. They were counter-attacking. It was too easy to play through us. I think our midfield, we could have showed more, but I think we're forcing Rice too deep. And whatever Arteta is doing, it's not allowing Eze and Zubamendi, even though they both need to do better to get on the ball. I think, and I couldn't tell you what, it's above my pay grade. I think Arteta needed to do a bit more at half time. I don't know why Calafiori came off. Big up Lewis Skelly, did his thing. I don't know why Calafiori came off. I hope it's based on what you lot have been saying in the chat about him being on a yellow. I actually think Calafiori did all right, because the next step is injuries. Obviously, when we get away from the disappointment and the talking points of today, we have to kind of consider Saliba's injury and whatnot. If you can't win, don't lose, innit? It's the worst we've probably played in terms of performance this season, and we still didn't lose. Just keep it moving, man. And I think for large periods, which the one thing that will get Arteta of the first half mainly, these managers, they like control and all of these things. We never really had that, really. So, yeah, off topic, Wolves have 2 points this season. That's darkness, man. So, yeah, man, even my notes at halftime, got to get something in midfield. Keywords, this is at halftime. We're quite fortunate we didn't concede. Red card kind of blessed us, because I thought maybe Arteta maybe doesn't want to change things, but with a red card, he'd be a bit more bullish to go and do that. I don't know what's said between the Chelsea players, and I don't know what's said with us at halftime, but Chelsea came out the blocks firing. They deserved their goal, if I'm honest with you. The performance weren't there, innit? It just wasn't there. As I said, I think we needed more from midfield. We needed more passing lanes. Yeah, man. So we take our point. I wanted to win at Anfield. It's another year we didn't do that. I wanted a better performance at Chelsea. It's another year we didn't do that. But it's another point in it. If you can't win, don't lose. It sure as hell should have been better, but it could be worse. You got no time to rest on our laurels, man. We could have been giddy, and yeah, if the performance was kind of there, we could have been giddy about potentially what the points gap says. all we could do in terms of improving, this is why I say, and I don't mean this in a disingenuous way, even the wins we've had and the defeat against Liverpool, there's many things we could learn. But I think Sunderland, the draw with Sunderland, Chelsea, this first half against City, the second half against Liverpool, there's plenty for our manager to learn, because I think the manager needed to do things quicker today. Obviously, when you made the subs, it worked, but wait. I don't want to talk about the ref, because I think he was. I think both sets of teams and fan bases, there were some favourable decisions that shouldn't have went for you, and arguably was doing a lot of nonsense. Did a lot of nonsense, man. So yeah, you know what? Chelsea will be giddy that they can compete for a title and all these things. So yeah, man, we nicked it, man. You can't win, don't lose. We keep it moving, in it. Shout out to Mikel Merino, who, to be honest, was all crying for Gyökeres to come on sooner. He didn't do enough to win in it, so. But we live to fight another day, and you know what? Yeah, it felt. You know how the footballing, the people that don't support Arsenal, the people that are onto us and things, they thought this was the week. It'd be Arsenal fan channels and chill, man. Like again, for me, Mikel Arteta, yeah, your hand might be crippled a bit with the subs, but you didn't find nothing to kind of nullify Reece James in particular in that little inverting role. Even Fufana when he's pulling out, we never had the answer quick enough for that. If I'm honest with you. When Odegaard come on, it looked a bit better. And to be fair, poor finishing, man. Poor finishing. Marino, you obviously scored. You could have had one. Wouldn't say poor finishing from Timber, but he's taking it off what could have been Gyökeres's. What else have we got? Saka, again, he was positive in certain aspects, wanting more and needing to do more in others. And, to be honest, I wanted you subbed, because second half, you're just shooting and doing all of that. Nelly didn't take his chance today, but both of you could have been on the score sheet. Sanchez probably made it look a bit more dramatic. The set piece, we could have done a lot better. So it weren't good enough today, innit? Like, and it's one of them where it does feel a bit like a defeat, if that makes sense. It does feel a bit like a defeat. It does. I kind of feel the different kind of draw, different contexts and things of that ilk, yeah. But it does feel like the Sunderland, like I got the same feeling about Sunderland. So yeah, man. Can't even blade travel, stayed in London all week. Bro, listen, I hear you. And again, for me, it's all about the performance. So when I isolate the 90, you lot know my thoughts now. I've kind of just willed them off type of thing. But end of the day, 3 big games. You beat you took 4 points off Spurs and Chelsea. Obviously, we beat Spurs. Should have been beating Chelsea or playing a lot better, but we probably should have lost today. 4 points off them, sandwiched in that the Bayern Munich game. You've done what you like, bro. It's not the end of the world, isn't it? It genuinely isn't the end of the world. It's frustrating, and I should be more bullish because we snatched something out the jaws of defeat. But yeah, man, I'm more full of praise for Maresca. Actually, like that's like tactically, I think that and Fulham away, even though it was a different game, that's when I was wild, because I did like what Marco Silva did against us people, and I do think there's elements of a blueprint. Yes, there's injuries, and yes, there's not certain there's certain things that happen as to why we couldn't play the way we normally did. But as well, there might have been injuries. I mean, some sort of excuses, but players, man, you lot weren't at it today, bro. Only a couple of you were proper at it today. And I don't think it's a game where I'm gonna like people are emotional. It ain't a game where we're effing and blinding. Everyone was crap and all of that kind of jazz. It weren't that in it. But yeah, man, how we feeling about the game, anyways, folks? Man, that's my 2 pence. All we can do is move in it. It does feel like a defeat, but it shouldn't, because really and truly, I'm surprised they did it. I'm surprised they did it. They didn't actually bag. Deluded your glazing. Please respect me. These guys too hard. They did well first half because the ref ignored their fouls and gave us yellows for every 50-50. Chelsea literally just shin kicked all game. Okay, what we're not going to do is be mundane and be an idiot. Like, you're doing the bias thing. Of course they're going to kick us. We should have kicked them more. This is what it's about. You saw them tactically, how they built up from the back. You saw how they countered attack. If I looked at my Chelsea players, which they're not mine, I would have been full of praise with how they played, and I'd be very disappointed they never got 3 points. What's so fucking hard to comprehend? You know how stupid and basic it sounds that they only won because they only drew because the refs are against us and a conspiracy. Ignorance is bliss. If I was you, I might think like you. Please don't tell me anything about glazing. I make your baby mother glaze it several times. Please. You're allowed to talk nonsense. I'm not being disrespectful to you. Please don't be disrespectful to me, because you take it to level 10. I'll go level 100. I'm sly vexed we didn't win. I'm sly getting even more miserable about not winning at Stamford Bridge. And now you're looking like a clown. Please behave yourself, man. Don't spoil it for everyone. Prick. Anyways, though, people, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. First off was horrible. Skelly running like he's 50. Damn. Yeah, man. Arteta, I needed more today. The performance from the players, you've all got to do better. Because I feel only a couple of your players, only the players played to a certain level. I think it was, you know, I big up Madueke. In the minutes you played, you did well. Odegaard the same. I think Rice and Timber. Mascara and Hincapia, you weren't bad, of course. I wanted more from Zubi. I wanted more from Eze naturally. Martinelli, I think he was quite anonymous. Saka, for once, I don't think I've said this about Saka ever, but if I had to use one word to describe you today, it'd be frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. So I know that's 2 words, but it's cool. Marino, obviously, you grabbed the goal, and you did look a bit better when we shuffled things about, if I'm completely honest with you. But yeah, man, you was looking slow. There was a lot of sloppy passes, and you was probably a culprit for that, if I'm honest with you. And I think Arteta needed to change things quicker because we was getting very frustrated on the ball, bro. We was getting very frustrated. We're doing the keep. Initially, we could not string 10 passes together. Then there was a point we are, and there's no real options. A bit of it is probably because of what we're doing tactically and what Chelsea are doing tactically. And we're doing it. And again, I'm not against it sideways. Common sense. If you can't go forward, go backwards. So you're knocking it about every now and again. I would say Mascara in particular, to a degree, Timber, and definitely David Raya. We're knocking it. Man are getting frustrated. They're like, you know, fuck it, I'm going to fizz it. And on another day, a lot of these chances could have went left. Like even Estavio should have bagged in the first. The ref was on a joke thing. But again, you can't let's just control the factors we can control, man. And you know what? We're here bitching about refereeing. All fans are bitching about refs week in, week out. So we should be walking into these games with that exception, the exception of that. DG, the pass in the final third needed a lot of improvement today. Facts. Was it even like did you ever see it? It weren't suitable today, bro. And even when we did, bro, it needed to Saka as well, bro. It needed to be better from everyone, bro. And again, they never looked like they played with 10 men. I know next week, if somebody gets sent off against Brentford or Aston Villa, or if we play Chelsea tomorrow and the same thing happened, I know we would look like 10 against 11, but it didn't. So testament to them and big up to us. Take your point and keep it moving, man. Needed Eze and Zubi receiving the ball in tight areas in the middle. It was just poor. Even when they were getting breakaway attacks, the shape was all wrong. We would not have lost this game last season. We would have, lost this game last season with no Gabby and Saliba, beyond the no illusion. 2 years in a row, we've had one of our own take a last-minute winner away from our striker. Trossard for Havertz and now Timber for Gyökeres, but we move. Bro, but even that, I hear that, but these things happen because I'm counting on, I know we obviously got a goal and we did not lose in it. So there are some level of positives to take from that game in it, but this is the first time in a while you can kind of remember on one hand how many chances you created, whether we took them or not. And I'm very annoyed about the set piece we conceded. But this is football. Mistakes happen. Back to the drawing board. When you draw or lose, you're not as bad as you think you are. When you win, you're definitely not as good as you are. Take the good, the bad, the ugly. Cool. Would have been dream world if you won all 3 of these big games. You won 2, got a draw. Keep it moving now. It's happened now. Like tomorrow, I don't care about this. Beyond the obvious. And plus, we bust case. There's not really banter for us. Now you got to focus on Brentford next Wednesday. Then you got to focus on Aston Villa away. And that's even something that makes you a bit now that the game's done and we've kind of parked off them talking points there, people, you do start to consider, we'll go on for Trossard. Is Calafiori okay? We'll go on for Saliba. Any update on Kai Havertz? Jesus is clearly fit to some degree or ahead of schedule to some degree, but you knew it was going to be one of those bookie ones where Jesus comes back and you're just on the bench. And I must say, it's definitely, listen, this ain't no excuse, but they did look fatigued. They did look fatigued. Everything I've said in the last 10 minutes, that is how I feel. But we did look a bit fatigued. Well, not everybody. So, yeah, man. Maresca did his homework. We bust case, keep it moving. Big up DG, the philosopher. Ignore the idiots. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, folks. Tired legs, but we move. We've got easier games now. Not the end of the world. Hi, deluded. Big up. Sometimes away games like this are hard, and there isn't any shame in taking a point. Understand the disappointment with 10 men, but we have to move on. We're still 5 points clear. As I said, we got to thank God that it didn't go left. Control you can control. Odegaard starting this game would have made a big difference. Clearly, he weren't ready, innit? He weren't ready to start the game, bro. If you can't win, don't lose. We move. Man saying we lost, they aren't watching the same game. TG is internet ready. Bro, if people want to say foolishness, we do foolishness, in it. Like, just be respectful, bro. Like, that's it. That's the only thing I ask for, bro. from a Chelsea perspective, this result angers me so much. We was way better side before that red card, and I can fully confident say we have this in the bag. If if Caicedo didn't F up, is where it is, man. Because we've had games like that as well. And yeah, the red card changed the game. It therefore did. And that's my thinking. We never peppered them even with 10 men. We didn't play anywhere close to our standards. How Arteta loves to overload in the final third. We should have peppered them with an extra man available. It looked a bit timid. Eze don't do the dirty work. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not praising Eze for this, but you can't have watched that game and said Eze don't do dirty work. You saw him busting his ass to get back. Trossard is a big miss. He's a smart player. He always does something unconventional. Agreed, difficult game for a new centre-half pairing between them. Only a handful of appearances. They got out of jail, man. Let's see how many games James manages. Less than that, man. We need James at the end of the season for the World Cup, man. Eze's been mid, barely conducts play, constantly hides from the ball. I disagree with him hiding from the ball, but I've never looked at Eze to be a conductor. I think people get you getting on the ball, dropping shoulders, provoking havoc with conducting. That's Odegaard's thing. Results like today are why we win nothing this season and under this manager. There are some players in the squad, namely Captain Pillarfoot, that need to be sold as soon as possible. I'm not going to lie, whether you're right or wrong, there's no way, isolated to those 90 minutes, you've got smoke for Odegaard. I'll be real. And we might not win. And again, I know you're going off a case study of the last couple of seasons, yeah. But really, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, we've actually, and again, it is about fine margins, and these games could be where it goes dark. But at this moment in time, and I'm not even trying to be positive for no reason, because if we don't win stuff, I've got the most energy of anyone. And I do look at, as I said, how the first half could have went against City, second half against Liverpool, whole game full stop here, or every minute prior to the night to we conceded here. Sunderland, the goals we conceded, and the fact that we was 15 minutes away from potentially nicking it. There's several things we could learn. But you're not going to win them all. And we've got a decent platform. Like, we can't do the crying thing. There'll be a time to cry. God forbid. But there'll be a time to cry. It's not right now. Felt like we could have done with Odegaard coming on earlier to capitalize in the gap in midfield. Done I fit. Amen. Right subs just needed to happen sooner. Disappointing, but we moved. The setup was poor. Our shape was atrocious. These guys were way more fired up. Yeah, and obviously, let's be honest. Like, Chelsea haven't beaten us in a minute. They're going to be on it. They're probably looking and thinking, right, if we do X, Y, Z, can do whatever. Naturally, the only winners from this are City and any team that's in the title race, because under that prospect, you want to just pick up 3 points consistently. You've got a point, but you can't sit here as an Arsenal fan and say we warranted anything more than a point. I actually think we're kind of helpful that we got a point, and we have to thank the lucky stars. It went down to 10 men on another day. Forget playing against Chelsea. If the same things pan out like this, you're in trouble. Ipswich took the lead against... this is the highlights. Big up Oxford. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. I feel like Calafiori might be hurt. Bringing on MLS on felt like a loss of aggression. I think Calafiori did well today. I'll be real. I don't think he got embarrassed against Estavio. That's one where you're like, right, I think Estavio did all right. But you know how social media is. That's how Newcastle beat us in the cup last season. We need to learn how to win these games. Can't really dig out any player after a tough week. Before the game, after seeing the lineup, I'd have taken a draw. After the red, we needed to win this game. But in the bigger picture, we're chilling. You know what, Tim? I fuck with that. I'm here for that. Big up DJB. James ran the midfield. I agree. Of course, we'd have loved a win, but this way away at Chelsea, I think some people are exaggerating a bit. We moved 5 points clear. I think some people are going to bury their heads in the sand and say, don't worry, there's no concerns. And I think some people are very emotional in it. Anytime we don't get free, they're as happy as Larry, probably happier than the positive dons. The minute we drop some points, they're crying in it. The truth is in the middle. Like he said, we needed to have played better, full stop. When it goes down to 10 men, should have at no point with Chelsea on the back burners and we're screaming, what a save, Sanchez, and doing all of that stuff, as we should have. The minute it's gone down to 10 men, we should be winning, innit? We drew ourselves out. Thank our lucky stars that we got side. But it needs to be better. And Arteta lost the tactical battle. I don't care what no one tells me. Same way I'm here to waffle when you're doing well tactically against several decent teams in Europe. And 9 times out of 10 in the Premier League, lost the tactical battle. Whether it was the start of the game or being a bit more proactive sooner. Yes, Odegaard came on. I like that. All these kind of things. But, yeah, man. They were very dirty today, though. The amount of reds they get says a lot. And sometimes it's harder to play versus 10 men. I hear that, but I'm not hearing that today. Didn't play well, but just imagine Tim believes that for Gyökeres. Then we're laughing. Flexing Reece James in a draw. Crazy. Crazy. What a win for Chelsea. Chelsea. This is their cup final. Huh? Is that your cup final, yeah? Because half you Chelsea fans that follow my content, you're like, oh, we're going to win and we're going to do this. I know you lot were ready to call me. You lot for we're playing well. We've gone down to 10 men. We're still on this. Arsenal are looking shook. I know you thought I was holding corn today. Shh. Come on, man. You're doing the most. We got the same amount of stuff. Got a gel still, but it needs to be much better. Below par performance, tempo was slow. Final third again lacked creativity. Get games like this, we move on. Big up people. Not DJB being positive. They call him negative. Shout out DJB. You do get them like that. The Marino Eze interchange in the middle for me was the biggest issue in the first half. Eze useless. We had no speed threat. It's time to bring Gyökeres and Odegaard back. Eze needs rest. You can't ghost game and not to be switched on for the second ball. No complaining. We didn't lose. Some of you need to go to bed and get some sleep. All this crying for what? Boy. Chelsea were better than us. Chelsea are the main rival for the title based on performance. We deserved at least a point. The physicality is everything about Chelsea in the first half. But 9 times out of 10, yeah, and I know you're right, but we can cope with physicality. People like our physicality. We should expect physicality. So again, not to take anything away from Chelsea like that, it's not really factoring into me. Again, we did look knackered, but I don't think Chelsea, apart from obviously when you get to the minute 85 and you're going to be tired, Chelsea didn't look knackered. Yeah, they probably had 24. Well, you never know in this day and age of fine margins. They had 24 hours longer than us to recover because they played on a Tuesday. I'll be real, I don't hear that. And again, there's got to be some correlation with the last 3 years now, these performances, Stamford Bridge. Maybe it's just one of those things. So yeah, man. Annoying, but we can still win the league and we'll destroy Villa and Brentford. All we can do is move on. Ain't easy playing against 10 men. Meaty, man. Meaty. No corner boys today. Well, go on. No, but we scored from open play and got a point. What's man talking about? Man got their first little bit of front beating. Who did you not play? Crystal Palace. Are you acting giddy? See why God made you bold? Your decisions. Jerry, big up yourself. You're jumping the gun. There's nothing to worry about. Like, man, I'm getting buoyed for drawing with Sunderland and Chelsea. Second in the league. Wait, hang on. Both times we played these teams, they were second in the league, no? I'm sure Sunderland was second when we played them. So, right, Arsenal fans, we can be vexed about the performance, but man, acting like we lost. Certain man are losing to teams way worse than Chelsea. What's going on? Tired corn. Very tired corn. Jumping the gun. They see us as a threat. It's cool, though. Man. It's cool, though. Man United twerking for Chelsea is crazy. We're different level to these, man. Bro, they're talking about us drawing like they beat us. It's over. Let them have that, man. Cup final. I would be shocked if Chelsea drop points against Leeds and Bournemouth in their next games without Caicedo. We were poor, but if we beat Villa and Brentford, no one will care. Bro, it's the performance. It's his facts. We've got no change. Chelsea spent first half just fouling. They pack out the midfield and kept their defence safe. Mikel not prepping for that was annoying. But Caicedo's been doing that type of tackle before he joined Chelsea. We didn't deserve a point today at all. We were lucky to get a point. We was people and we moved. Shout out the Arsenal huddle, otherwise known as DJB as well. A point at the bridge ain't a bad result in any season. Fair play to them, man. They gave it a goal despite being a man down. And a point is a fair result, all things considered. Still disappointing, though. So this is why I like my community, man, because everyone can feel how they want to feel, but consider all factors, man. No one ran midfield. Mikel's plan to this game was poor. I don't understand how they kept running us. I can't lie. James, I wouldn't say James was fucking Busquets, but it was more the amount of passing options and lanes that they had, and we had no answers. Maresca scored Coleman in a draw. Fair play. Fair play. That's taking man to school. Great stuff. Fucking hell. This is how you know Arteta and Arsenal have upset some duns out here, man. For a Coleman, he done all right then. You make me back nonsense now. Cucurella should have been a red for sure. I think Lewis Skelly should have came on for Hincapie instead of Calla. The first time I saw this CB pairing, I knew it had holes. That's the reason we were never in control of the game. At midfield for me, man. It was an ish game. Chelsea players played the occasion, and that's why they got a red. My honest opinion is we pick up too many knocks for a full title running. Boy, you can pick up as many knocks as you want. You better make sure you bring in some serious players. You better serious trophies. Noni is not a left winger. Arteta should stop that nonsense. He should be replacing Saka after the first half, especially when he's not in the game like that. Noni can play on both sides, man. He did all right today. Love for the super chat. Lucci Main Flair. Lucci Main La Flair. Oh, wow. Wait, was Gucci President. I blame Anthony Taylor. Game had bad vibes from the start. It's true, but again, we're running up with refs. every week. DG, I love Eze, but dude was hiding today on many occasions. I hear you, and players by themselves got to take responsibility. But if I'm complaining about us not having a game plan for how Maresca's playing in midfield, not really seeing us get the ball, I'm crying about passing lanes. So into Eze, into Zubi, to be fair with you. Rice is getting on the ball, but he's in the he's dropping deep. There's got to be something deeper than just individual players' performances. We factor that in, cool. Like games like this, we might buck this week in, week out. You have to show something, but I think it's a cop out. If I'm honest, I am more on Arteta. If I'm honest with you, especially after half time, because cool, I can forgive you, not even forgive you, but get into half time 0-0. We keep it moving. Chelsea come out the blocks firing. We didn't. And a week, I know no two games are the same, yeah, but a week ago, I said if I was Thomas Frank, I'd be vexed at how my team started if I was connected to Spurs. And I was very happy with, regardless of the context, how we started in the second half. And a big is like, again, you found a way. You didn't ask any questions of a team with 10 men. We've been on the other side where we've had 10 men and we've got something out of games. You just have to go and look at City last season away. So yeah, you can, but bro, you walk into these games knowing about that. Bro, I'm not defending no one. I'm calling it as I see it, but bro, whatever, man. This was expected. Arsenal always shrink at Stamford Bridge. Still think Arsenal can go on and win the league. Bro, well, there's questions to ask. Fans are reactionary, man. Man said, hit the like button. Stop crying. You won the quad. Remembering November 1st ever. This guy, bro. Passing was horrible, man. That Noni sub was baffling. You reckon? You lot harsh on that one. Have we got 300 likes? That was the goal. Oh, you lot. Big up you lot, man. Without you lot, it's dead. Shout out to you lot for that. Oh, man. DJ Nation, bless. I'm out until next time. Come on. Of course, we're going to regret draws like this if it comes to it, because we live in a day and age of fine margins. But as I keep saying, I'm going to look at the City game. I am going to look at today. I'm going to look at Sunderland. We should have got a point. Obviously, we lost. We should have got a point against Liverpool. Of course, those are the games. But you literally can't win them all. Like, literally, not a cop-out. It's just common sense. You can't win them all. Even if we got a draw at Anfield, beat City, I would obviously be a lot more happier. Won today, or even beat Sunderland and then didn't get something today. You're not going to win them all. It's not how life is going to work, bro. There's 4 competitions we're in. You're looking at 50 plus games as a minimum. However much you end up, you're not going to win them all. You are going to drop points. Everybody's drop points. This is going to the wire, bro. But what we can't do is keep having moments like this. I hear you, but the tired legs thing is dead for me, man. It's dead for me. Man, Saka overrated. Stop making excuses. We're garbage. You're not listening. You're just talking. Man said you're truly deluded. You're not listening. You're just talking. But fair enough. You got your 5 minutes. You're just chatting off, bro. Emotional, bro. Some of you need to pull your knickers up, bro. If we're gonna talk ball, we'll talk ball. If we're gonna do the emotional thing, there's plenty of other channels, bro. This happens every year. The bridge, we draw, and at the last minute of the game, a player who's in front of another player in a better position hits the ball and it costs us. Maybe it's just one of those things, man. I don't know why we still ain't providing for Glock. The lap look more dangerous, bro. We all know Yokerez. At least you got some good cardio. You got to, what injury did you have? Whatever, calf or whatever. At least you got to test out your calf, innit? Tom, appreciate you for the super chat. I know it's only a point against 10 men, but our boys look gassed out, playing 3 big games in 7 days. Our next 9 fixtures, other than Villa, are very favourable. We got the tough run. Okay, need to get healthy. I hear that, but even though we were tired and all these things, which are factors, I still think we could have done more, bro. I still think we could have got more out of this. But we can't go back in time. So it's back to the drawing board, as we should. We ain't won nothing yet. We ain't done nothing yet. Keep moving, man. You do get them games. It's annoying. It really is annoying because I wanted a performance above all. Of course, I want a performance and winning, but I wanted a performance at this place, bro. It is what it is, man. And whatever way they did it, it worked for them. Muscat and Hincapie new to the league as well. The setup was poor from Mikel, second season in a row. Chelsea was always going to set up to just spoil the game. Set up for this pitch again, poor. The players won't be happy with that. Champions would respond in the next game and they wouldn't dwell on this. Draw. Got to beat Brentford now. Let's have the mentality of champions. Yeah, they like being dangerous. It's some cocaine behavior. 7 points from Spurs, Bayern, and Chelsea. Tough week for the lads now. Brentford Wednesday to get the momentum going, get some players back, because we are getting into that point of the season now where you have to be a bit cute and clever. Some of you are way too ready to fold. Invertebrate behavior. People honestly saw the centre half pairing and thought it would just be another day at the office. That's the last draw we can afford, really. Do you think Bruno Fernandes pays for his orange juice? Poor game from Arsenal. Let's get revenge and move on. Our away form at the Big Six really needs to improve. Fair play, man. Arsenal ain't lost at Stamford Bridge in nearly a decade. I hear that, man, but well, all them kind. I'm not even saying this to you, but all them kind of things, it's all secondary. Like no one don't really. You just want to win stuff. All them statistics, they can come out after. You can't win, don't lose. We survive, but boy. On one hand, I'm happy we didn't lose, but it's the performance for me, man. The only thing we did well is score, bro. Seriously, like that's it. Couple players are exceptions to the rule, of course, but we're not gonna do that. Like it's just a team thing. If you play good and the rest of the team play shit, it doesn't mean much, does it? So yeah, man. Our last 7 league visits over there, we ain't lost. Mikel Merino has 28 goal contributions for club and country. Where? And at least Bakayo got an assist in it. Got walk away with something. Scummy though. We didn't lose at Stamford Bridge, so-called club champions. I see, Muka, calm yourself down. You see? You're checking in now, innit? The mods are on you. They ask, you see? Big up Warren. The security guards on the platform, they might do you. Behave. Saka needs to step up. I don't think it's the word. I've been more frustrated with Saka this season, yeah, but I was pissed off with you in the second half. You're kind of half in the game, half not in the first half, if that makes sense. You had a team effort. Second half, frustrating, bro. It's like you've lost your money in the bookies and you keep gambling. You keep trying to do the shooting thing. Shout out to you for your role in the goal, but yeah, man, dead. It's a small pitch. I don't have badges, but I knew Chelsea will pack the midfield and foul. They weren't gonna let us get any rhythm. I'll be real, man. Odegaard, I like the way you played, didn't it? You kind of saved us today, man. But that's why you need a squad. Point shared at the bridge, then. Simple as that. Point shared at the bridge. Draws are the worst, man. Man say kingfish in coconut sauce, lentils and rice, Sunday lunch in Trini, and an Arsenal win would have made this meal taste better. Big up Lion, man. Can't have it all. You can't have it all. I think the club will learn from this match and it will positively affect the future. It's going to have to, innit? Like, what is our next fixtures as well? Bless me. What is our next fixtures? Away from the obvious. We know we've got Brentford Wednesday, Aston Villa next Saturday. I kind of want to just focus on the league. We know on the 23rd, apologies, on the in December, we've got the quarterfinals. But where the Prem's concerned, well, every game's tough, but as cliche as it is, you know, now that I've said this, Wolves will probably be the banana skin, innit? But on paper, Wolves is the only one you're like, yeah, 3 point. Even though that's in the evening on a wet and windy winter day, yeah. But Wolves the only one you look at like, yeah, collect 3 points. You should even be battering them. Should be beating Brentford. That is not easy. Villa away, defo ain't easy. You know, again, the Prem games and the Club Brugge games sandwiched is not easy. Everton away is anything but easy. Obviously, we know we got the League Cup, but yeah, some tough games. And then February's are even a banana skin kind of thing as well. Brentford away, Tottenham away. You can only look at what's in front of you. But this is the Premier League, man. Shit is relentless, bro. Absolutely relentless. But stats make it look even. More passes, more possession. They had more shots on shots. Both teams, 10 shots on target between both teams, 10 apiece, 5 apiece. And it was dead. Like, our finishing was poor. Even that, like, obviously we can all do the ifs and buts thing, but Marino's chance. I know he scored, but he had a chance. Marino had a chance. Martinelli had a chance. Saka had a chance. even if the Timber one, either he puts it in or it falls to Yokeres, you nick the game and you get out of it. And there's been games we've done that this year, and I've still been here frustrated and whatnot. But you'd rather that, innit? You want the 3 points first, then the performance. But you can't win them all, man. But we chased the illusion of perfection and attempted to do that. It's frustrating because it seems like there's some voodoo at the bridge. Like it's the same kind of nonsense in the last 3 years at the very least. It seems like, you know what? It's because we're playing in the evening. The last 3 years have been them evening games. When we played them, and that was because we weren't in Europe, innit? The sun was shining and that. Oh, even Zinchenko is not being questioned defensively. It must be one of them things. Now, I'm going to do player ratings again tomorrow, but with the emotions where it is. Raya, I think you could have done better for the goal, but 6, man. Like, can't ask anything more. Calafiori, a strong 6. I don't think you was amazing, but I think you stood up tall. I don't think I could ask anything more from you. Hincapié, nah, yeah, 6. But I don't think you. I think Calafiori is a higher 6 than you. Mascara, 6. Timber, give you an 8, 7, 8. Really, like, I actually think you was head and shoulders above everyone. Eze 5, Zubi 5, Rice and Timber 8, Martinelli 5, quite a low 5, really, quite non-existent. Saka, you assisted. I'll give you a 6 if I'm honest with you. Frustrating in the first half. You did